Hey guys, what's going on? Time for another YouTube video. We're continuing on this ICAST 2026 trend of new product from our friends at Shimano. But before I go any further and get to this next product, do me a favor, click subscribe down below. Also hit the get notifications bell. That's gonna make sure our new videos get into your feed. So as you can probably see over my shoulder, let me do that for you. We're talking about a new lure from Shimano on this one. And this one is all about the Zumverno 95SP MR. That's right, it is a small Zumverno 3-hook jerkbait that has 95 mil length, but also has all the features that you come to expect in a 3-hook jerkbait that is a medium runner. This thing is absolutely dialed. So let's get into the specs of what it has. From a technology standpoint, obviously FlashBoost being one of Shimano's biggest lure technologies, that's where they have that mirror foil suspended inside the bait that's gonna flicker even when the bait is at rest, giving it an absolutely lifelike appeal. The other thing that got upgraded on this lure is JetBoost. Now, JetBoost is the traditional weight transfer system that uses a wire and a spring behind the weight so that when you cast, your weight goes to the back of the tail, giving you that really good casting distance. But as the bait's traveling through the air, the spring pushes that weight back to the front of the bait so that when it hits the water, it's ready to run. Well, that happens with this one as well. The only difference is they lowered the center of gravity in between the two hooks so that when the weight is at rest, it is closer to the belly, making it an instant ready to dive. I mean, you hit this thing on the water and crank the handle, and she's already going down to that looking for 6-foot depth. On all these lures, there are a couple different color variations. There's matte colors, which are great and give a good aura around the bait. But then there's also colors that have Shimano's ScaleBoost. Now, ScaleBoost is a 3D composite pitch hologram that when it hits light at certain angles, it really makes it look like it's alive going down the side of the bait. So it has ScaleBoost, JetBoost, and it has FlashBoost. So you got those three. The 3 hooks, small, razor sharp trebles on this thing. I mean, they are sticky sharp, so you're gonna get good hook penetration. And with the bill, I mentioned that 6-foot diving depth, that is the target. It has a really wide swath of side to side action, this bait. So when you're working it, especially with the rod tip to the side or up on quarters, it actually cuts back and forth. But the big thing is the finishing posture of this bait. When you're working this bait, it will rip forward either on an angle out the side or straight down. But when it stops, it's gonna stop in that nose down posture. So that's gonna do 2 things. One, I love that posture in super cold water. It's just that injured, dying, easy to eat bait fish look. But more importantly is when that bait turns up, it actually gives a really good forward-facing sonar return. So this bait is incredibly easy to track. Just like the bigger 115 Zumverno SP MR, this 95 does that same nose-down posture, looks incredible in the water, and I've fished it, and it triggers a ton of fish to bite, even those suspended fish that seem a little ignorant to everything else you might throw at them. Now, 95 mils is gonna come in at 3.75 inches, and it weighs in at 3/8 of an ounce, but despite its lighter weight, it casts like an absolute missile. When I was throwing it on Lake Ontario, I was using a G Loomis IMX Pro Bass 842 MBR, so a mag bass rod, but I was throwing it on the Corrado DC 150 with 14-pound fluorocarbon line to see how it casted, and it performed incredibly well. Easily casts as big as my bigger jerkbaits do, so that's a big bonus to have a small profile when the fish are picky that still casts incredibly well. Now, the Zumverno 95 SPMR is going to be available in 8 colors. Like I said, some are going to be your more natural colors, and they're going to have the clear window, so you're going to see that flash boost. Others are going to have, no flash boost. They're going to have that matte paint job. But in those baits, they're going to actually have bigger split rings on those baits to make sure the balance and the posture of the bait stays perfectly even. MSRP for all you out there on the US dollar, $23.99. So you're getting a very high quality jerkbait at a reasonable price. These things are going to catch a ton of fish, guys. So if you're looking for something new from our friends at Shimano in that lure category, check out the new Zumverno 95 SPMR. That one is going to be coming to market very shortly. Now, if you guys can do me a favor, click subscribe down below. Also hit that get notifications bell. It's going to make sure our videos get into your feed. And if you have any questions or comments about a setup, what kind of line, what time of year, what color, leave one down below and I'll try to help you as best I can. I hope you guys are all staying safe. I hope you're all keeping well. Most importantly, hope you're all catching some fish. We'll talk to you on the next product video.